Hollywood has just been shaken by the sudden death of Hayden Panettiere at the age of 36.
We do begin tonight with new developments in the sudden death of actress Hayden Panettiere at the age of 36. The young star growing up in front of the camera, the actress best known for her roles in Remember the Titans, Heroes, and Nashville.
Police say they do not suspect foul play whatsoever in this case, but the investigation is ongoing. She was only 36 years old. Her career spanned her entire lifetime. She was a child actress and then was a star of some of the biggest shows through the 2000s.
Amid countless unanswered questions, Wladimir Klitschko, the man who once shared both love and profound pain with her, has officially broken his silence with a statement that is heartbreaking.
Our family is going through a time of profound shock and grief. The announcement of Hayden's tragic death saddens me deeply. She left this world far too soon. Hayden was, although no longer my partner, an important part of my life and the mother of our daughter, Kaya.
But the story behind this tragedy is far more devastating. The disturbing details from the emergency call in the early hours, the toxic relationship behind closed doors, and the ultimate price of the most painful decision of her life. So what really happened in her final hours? Watch now to learn the full truth.
All the things that they would fire me over. This was the last thing that I thought they would ever fire me over.
This is a case of a story that they can no longer make good to the person who talked about this in May of 2026. The mistake that was made is something should have been done back when the actress started talking about this. Now it's almost too late. And the silence is deafening here. The social media commentary is being written. This narrative is being written by the public, and the public is not giving them a break.
Around 2008, Hayden Panettiere met Wladimir Klitschko at a party in Beverly Hills. At the time, Panettiere was only 19 while Klitschko was 32. Their dramatic height difference quickly became a point of attention during their first meeting. Panettiere later recalled their conversation with two lines, "You're huge and you're tiny." The relationship between the American actress and the Ukrainian boxer then developed into a romance that lasted for many years. They broke up in 2011 partly because of the distance between them and their demanding work schedules. The two reunited 2 years later, and Klitschko proposed in October of the same year. The proposal was made over Skype. On December 9, 2014, Panettiere gave birth to her daughter, Kaya Evdokia Klitschko, in Hawaii. The delivery required an emergency C-section, and the actress lost a significant amount of blood. She later said that she needed 7 blood transfusions. The event became one of the most serious health crises she had ever experienced. After Kaya was born, images of Panettiere and Klitschko as a young family often appeared alongside moments connected to the Ukrainian boxer's career. Panettiere was frequently seen at ringside supporting her fiancé, including occasions when she wore the Ukrainian flag. Life after childbirth also placed Panettiere under a number of personal pressures. She openly spoke about postpartum depression and difficulties involving alcohol and medication. Klitschko once expressed the view that happiness is a choice, a statement that prompted a strong reaction from Panettiere because she felt her condition was more complicated than a simple choice. By 2018, the actress's personal struggles had directly affected her ability to care for Kaya. While Klitschko was in Kiev, he sought full custody of their daughter. Panettiere later agreed to let Kaya live with her father because she realized she was not stable enough to take on that responsibility at the time. The decision had a profound impact on Panettiere. She once described the day she signed away custody of Kaya as the worst day of my life. In another statement, the actress said, "No mother could forget the day she signed her child away." Still, the decision did not mean that she had ended her role as a mother. After they were no longer a couple, Panettiere and Klitschko continued to stay in contact because of Kaya. Their relationship gradually shifted from romantic partners to a bond centered on co-parenting and friendship. They remained in contact while Kaya primarily lived with her father. In 2026, Panettiere spoke about their relationship once again during a conversation with Jay Shetty. She described Klitschko as still best friends and said that deep feelings remained between them. Although they did not reunite romantically, the two continued to share a special relationship after many years of raising their daughter. But after years of seemingly finding a way to maintain some balance in her life, Hayden Panettiere suddenly faced an event no one could have predicted. Those final hours, on August 16, 2026, Hayden Panettiere was found unconscious at an apartment in the Judson Mill Lofts complex in Greenville, South Carolina. A 911 call was placed at around 1:51 p.m., reporting an unresponsive woman who was in cardiac arrest. Emergency medical personnel were quickly dispatched to the scene. When medical responders arrived, Panettiere was in cardiac arrest. Emergency personnel immediately began resuscitation efforts and administered advanced life support measures. The efforts were unsuccessful, and the actress was pronounced dead at approximately 2:32 p.m. that afternoon at the age of 36. Initial information about the cause of death was not released. The 911 dispatch audio later indicated that the dispatcher was told of a possible overdose along with the report of cardiac arrest. The detail quickly became an important part of the process of determining the cause of death. On August 17th, the Greenville County Medical Examiner's Office completed the autopsy. Preliminary findings showed no signs of trauma on Panettiere's body. The finding did not establish the cause of death, as additional testing was still required. The cause and manner of death therefore remained pending as the investigation continued. Toxicology testing was considered an important next step. According to information from authorities, complete results could take approximately 8 weeks or longer to be finalized. At the apartment, when Panettiere was found, Brian Hickerson and his brother Zach Hickerson were also present. According to the police report, the two men contacted 911 after discovering that the actress was unresponsive. Emergency medical personnel then attempted to resuscitate her at the location where she was found. Hickerson's presence quickly drew attention because he had previously been involved in a highly troubled relationship with Panettiere. At that point, authorities had not announced any conclusion linking Hickerson to the cause of her death. The information about his presence was documented in the incident report. The autopsy found no obvious trauma, while police said they had not found signs indicating criminal activity at the scene. These preliminary findings placed greater focus on medical factors and toxicology results rather than an apparent violent cause. With the official cause of death still pending, the silence of one particular person was finally broken. Wladimir breaks his silence. On August 18, 2026, 2 days after Hayden Panettiere's death, Wladimir Klitschko publicly spoke about the loss for the first time. He posted a lengthy message on Instagram and X accompanied by photos of the family from the years when they were still together. It was also the most significant response from the actress's former fiancé. In his message, Klitschko began by saying that the family was going through a time of profound shock and grief. He said Panettiere's death had come far too soon and emphasized that she still held an important place in his life, even though the two were no longer a couple. Wladimir wrote, "She left this world far too soon." The brief statement came in the context of the many years the two had shared. They had been engaged, had a daughter together, and continued to stay in contact after they no longer lived together. Klitschko also acknowledged Hayden's role in his life by referring to her as Kaya's mother. He wrote that Hayden was, even though no longer my partner, an important part of my life and the mother of our daughter Kaya. This was one of the central points in the message he made public. Speaking about Panettiere's career, the former boxing champion recognized her talent. He said the actress had built an impressive career through her abilities, while also facing the darker sides of an industry marked by intense competition and enormous pressure. Klitschko wrote, "She built an incredible career through immense talent, while also facing the darker sides of a very demanding industry." The remark addressed both her professional achievements and the difficulties Panettiere had publicly discussed during the later years of her life. The part of the statement that received particular attention concerned Kaya. Wladimir wrote, "To our daughter, Kaya, I will always speak of her mother with respect and make sure she remembers the person she was." He placed emphasis on preserving Hayden's image in his daughter's memory. The message to Kaya also reflected the connection that remained between Klitschko and Panettiere after their romantic relationship ended. Although custody arrangements for Kaya had changed many years earlier, both continued to share responsibility for their daughter. In his new statement, Wladimir continued to emphasize Hayden's role as a mother. At the end of the message, Klitschko wrote, "Rest easy, Hayden. May you find eternal peace." The post ended with the hashtag, "We love you, Hayden." It was the first time he had directly offered a public tribute, since news of Panettiere's death was confirmed. Wladimir's message quickly appeared alongside many other tributes from people who had worked with Hayden. Connie Britton, her co-star on Nashville, described Panettiere as someone bursting with brilliance, shining so bright, and wished her peace. Viola Davis also shared a message for the actress, referring to the image of a beautiful phoenix rising from the ashes. Davis said the challenges Hayden had faced had become part of the story and voice she brought to the public. Many other artists also expressed their condolences, including Hilary Duff, Selma Blair, David Arquette, Melissa Barrera, Emma Roberts, and Rosie O'Donnell. These tributes came from co-stars, colleagues, and people who had been connected to Panettiere throughout her career. The wave of condolences also brought Hayden's career back into the spotlight. Before the personal struggles in her life, she had established a significant position in American television and film with roles that made her widely known from a very young age. Behind those tributes was a career that had begun when Hayden was not 1 year old. Before she became Claire Bennett or Juliette Barnes, she had appeared in front of cameras from a very early age and gradually became a familiar face in Hollywood. Glory behind the spotlight. At 11 months old, Hayden Panettiere began appearing in front of cameras with a commercial for Play School. By the age of 4, she had already taken on her first acting roles. Starting so early allowed Panettiere to quickly build experience in television and gradually expand into film. During the early years of her career, Panettiere took on numerous roles while still a child. One notable role was Sarah Roberts in One Life to Live. She continued appearing in various projects, building acting experience before moving into larger and more prominent roles. In 2000, Panettiere appeared in Remember the Titans, the sports film starring Denzel Washington. She played Cheryl Yost, the daughter of Coach Bill Yost. The film became widely known and gave the young actress another significant presence on the big screen. Panettiere also worked in voice acting as Dot in A Bug's Life. Her appearances across television, film, and animation demonstrated the broad range of her work from childhood. These roles created the foundation for an important turning point in her career. A major breakthrough came in 2006, when Panettiere was cast as Claire Bennett in Heroes. The high school student with the ability to heal herself rapidly became one of the most prominent characters in the television series. The line, "Save the cheerleader, save the world," became closely associated with Claire Bennett, and quickly became one of the most memorable lines from Heroes. The success of the series transformed Panettiere from a young actress into a widely recognized face among American television audiences. The role of Claire also brought Panettiere significant recognition within the entertainment industry. In 2007, she received a Saturn Award along with additional nominations and awards connected to the Teen Choice Awards and Young Artist Award. The success helped her maintain a prominent position among Hollywood's young actors. After Heroes, Panettiere continued moving into film projects. In 2011, she played Kirby Reed in Scream 4. The character became a notable part of the Scream franchise and helped the actress expand her profile into the horror genre for mainstream audiences. More than a decade later, Panettiere returned as Kirby Reed in Scream 6. The return marked one of her most notable appearances on screen after a period in which she had not worked as regularly as before. If Heroes brought Panettiere global recognition, Nashville took her career in another direction. Beginning in 2012, she played Juliette Barnes, a young country singer whose career was marked by numerous challenges. The character became the second major television role of her career. Panettiere remained with Nashville for 6 seasons and performed many songs directly for the series. Her songs appeared on the Billboard country charts, expanding her work from acting into music and giving her another distinct presence within the show. The role of Juliette Barnes also earned Panettiere 2 Golden Globe nominations. The character required her to portray different aspects of a young artist, from professional success to personal problems incorporated into the series' storyline. After leaving Nashville, Panettiere appeared less frequently on screen, but did not completely leave the entertainment industry. Scream 6 in 2023 marked a notable return, while her memoir, This Is Me, A Reckoning, released in May 2026, brought her name back into the center of public discussion. The memoir focused on Panettiere's personal experiences and the issues she had faced throughout her life. By directly recounting many aspects that had previously been less known to the public, she offered another perspective on the actress behind the famous roles. Alongside her achievements on screen, Hayden Panettiere's life also contained many personal issues that she had publicly addressed during the later years of her life. Those experiences became an important part of understanding the person behind her public career. Secrets left behind. After giving birth to her daughter, Kaya Hayden, Panettiere faced postpartum depression. Her mental health struggles were followed by problems with alcohol and medication. She later acknowledged that these difficulties seriously affected her life and her ability to care for her daughter. Panettiere's battle with addiction began when she was very young. She said she was given medication at 16 to boost her energy before an event. Her use of substances gradually became a long-term problem that affected both her personal life and career. In 2020, after serious problems with alcohol, Panettiere entered an 8-month treatment program. She recalled that a doctor warned her that if she continued drinking, she could be dead within 5 years. The warning became a turning point that pushed her toward recovery. Another major loss came on February 19, 2023, when her younger brother, Janssen Panettiere, died at 28. The family later said the cause was an enlarged heart combined with complications involving the aortic valve. His sudden death had a profound impact on Hayden. Panettiere said she carried feelings of guilt after Janssen's death. In later interviews, she spoke about her brother and the difficulties their family had experienced. His death became another painful part of the personal struggles she continued to face. Her personal life was also marked by a troubled relationship with Brian Hickerson, which began in 2018. Hickerson was arrested multiple times in connection with domestic violence incidents involving Panettiere. In 2020, he pleaded no contest to 2 charges of inflicting injury on a cohabitant. Hickerson later served a prison sentence and was placed on probation with requirements involving a domestic violence intervention program. His relationship with Panettiere ended and resumed multiple times. She publicly discussed the harm she'd experienced and her efforts to break away from the cycle of violence. After Hayden's death, her mother, Leslie Vogel, publicly criticized Hickerson. She revisited his history with her daughter and said the family had tried to remove him from Hayden's life. Hickerson was also confirmed to have been present where the actress was found before her death. Another part of Panettiere's personal life involved her relationship with her mother. In her memoir, This Is Me, A Reckoning, she described long-standing disagreements with Leslie Vogel and the pressures she experienced while growing up as a child actress. In the book, Panettiere also publicly identified herself as bisexual for the first time. She said writing the memoir led her to share this part of herself with the public. She also discussed inappropriate experiences she encountered as a child in the entertainment industry. Panettiere said growing up in the public eye complicated the boundaries between work, family, and personal life. Her revelations offered a broader picture of the pressures she faced from an early age and the experiences that shaped her later life. Financially, some media estimates placed Panettiere's net worth at around 15 million when she died. Her income came from acting roles, television residuals, and investments or properties she had previously owned. Panettiere's legacy, though, cannot be measured only by her wealth or the number of roles she played. She'd left behind a career spanning more than 3 decades, from commercials as an infant to Heroes Nashville and the Scream franchise, along with musical performances connected to her acting work. Kaya Evdokia Klitschko, Panettiere's only daughter, remains the most important part of her personal legacy. Kaya is cared for by her father, Wladimir Klitschko. After Hayden's death, Wladimir pledged to speak about her with respect and help Kaya remember her mother. Hayden Panettiere left behind a remarkable career, memorable performances, and a deeply complicated personal story. Her life ended far too soon, but the experiences she openly shared gave the public a clearer picture of the woman behind the Hollywood spotlight. Her legacy continues through her work, her words, and the daughter she loved. If you want to continue exploring the stories behind Hollywood's brightest names, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and join us for the next videos.